Welcome to this daily spiritual card reading. My name is Brian Nesline, and I am a clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive card reader. Now, we're doing it a little bit different today. We're going to give you a reading of what you need to hear right now for your highest good. Now, look, it doesn't matter when you're finding this message, and it doesn't matter who you are. This message is for you at this time. Now look, messages don't have to be tailored to an individual. They're tailored in time. We live in a timeline. You just happen to be right now at a particular point in time where this message will be important for you, for your highest good. I want you to think about it like crisscrossing lines, zigzagging lines, and all these little strings or lines can be meeting each other at different places. You can see it right here in the card. When things cross over like that, that's why we have readings that are for more than one person. Imagine that you're on a golf course. One person usually hits the ball at a time. But imagine that on this golf course of the world, everybody is hitting their golf ball all at the same time. So you have different golf balls whizzing by each other, like that, whizzing by each other, and they are right here connecting in a similar timeline. And that's how the message works. You're here now, and so is a bunch of other people going to be here now when they need to be to hear this message for their highest good. Let's get right into it. So, the first card in this reading is, look at the Discovery card. So, the first thing we want to say about this is the red in the card, which is really pink, that's called the root chakra color. Now, the root chakra, a chakra is just a way of talking about the spiritual body, because the spiritual body is non-material. Look, you can see it here. It's just like a vapor or an ether or really just an energy vibrating. So this spiritual body is also like your consciousness, your awareness, the you of you, that thing inside you saying, peekaboo, peekaboo, I live inside you, looking through your eyes. Now look, the Discovery card is showing all of this red root chakra, which is really pink. And that means that it's newborn, a newborn root chakra. Now the root chakra represents the material world. So this pink and red is you having this new discovery, this rebirth, this new zone of your material world that's emerging. So what I'm feeling like for certain people that are here is, this is about, first of all, for some of you, it is about a small business that is expanding. It's not that you just discovered the small business. You've already known about that. You can see that right here in the card because there's a little flower that has already been growing. You've been putting your heart into it. That's what the green is. You've been putting your heart chakra into it. That means that it's a spiritual business, something that you really give a crap about. It's like a life purpose business. It's something that you know you're going to be working on no matter how it turns out. That's what the little leaves are here. The leaves are saying that, well, if this part of it works out, great. If not, who cares? I have that part of it. If not, who cares? I have this part of it. In other words, it is integrated into your personal life, into your spiritual life in a way that is much bigger than the success of the small business. Now, the other thing about this is that for some people, this is more of an expansion of the material world with a family member, an adult and a child. See that here? And so this is you really finding your inner heart light, knowing that you can change your heart in order to meet a child or to meet someone else who is looking up to you in a way that's new. We can't always expect children to change for us. We can't expect people to change for us. What we can do is change our heart or our approach to them. And as we do that, they are going to grow and evolve in new ways as well, as you can see by the similarity of the pinks in the bud of the flower and in you. Now, for others of you, besides small business people who are going forward, and besides people that are in family relationships that are changing and growing, there's also this other new discovery or this new expansion, and that is of you and your higher self that's going on here. Now look, this is you not just like working with a spirit guide, the owl, not just working with God, source, universe itself, but this is more of you losing your identity as a human being in the world and taking on that identity as a spiritual presence, meaning that you really have risen above the world. That's why this creature here is outside of the world. It is the one with the face. So it is you looking back at your personal self and controlling your personal self. This means that your words, your thoughts, your ideas are the things that are going to be manifesting in your life much easier. You're not going to have to work so much hard to get things done. It's going to be just a flow. So you're working not harder, but smarter. And you can trust in this. Look, you have all the stars behind you here that are really the thoughts and the ideas that are coming to you. They're coming from, imagine it happening like this. Imagine that they're coming from the stars themselves. Imagine there's billions and billions of galaxies and billions of stars. Imagine each one of those stars is just a little brand new thought, an emission of a thought and some energy. And those things just pulsate out into the world where you are. You're a receiver of those. And then you bring them down and embody them in your personal life to grow them like little flowers. Now, the other thing we're seeing here is the owl. The owl is saying that you're entering into a time, no matter whether it's your small business, whether it's your work stuff, whether it's your family relationships, whether it is your spiritual identity, all of this is being backed by the owl, which is representing wisdom. Wisdom, purity. Who are you? You are someone who is continuing to flow with all of the know, all of the knowledge. So this is just a very, very great card for you because it is even showing that you are so bright now. You are shining light, not just in the world, but on the moon, in the stars, in the outer space zone represented by this, which means that you've finally taken your rightful position as the bridge between the mortal world of day-to-day life and the world beyond of limitless universe, love, light, starlight, and all of the Akashic records, all of the information that could ever be known to mankind. You are now the bridge and the channel for that to happen. So, ooh, so good. Now there is one more thing I see in this card for some of you. The discovery really is recovery, and we really want to change that. Sometimes we have to alter what we have going on in the world. We have to make it look different. We don't have to play by the rules. We can just be creative with what we do. Just because this card said discovery on it doesn't mean that is the end all and be all of it, my friend. You are allowed to alter reality in a way that allows you to expand it. And this is what we really are doing with our family life, with our businesses, with our work, with our spiritual identity. We are recovering it. We're recovering our inheritance, our birthright. We're recovering who we were when we came into the world. Boom, as that spiritual being who is now embodying and having a human experience. We came into the world, we grew as a little child first. They gave us all the petals of words and meanings for things. They told us what a ball was. They told us what a car was. We're now able to take all of that good stuff and we're able to use it as the discovery of new things that we can bring into the world. So we are recovering that inheritance. Let's take a look at the second card and see where this leads us. Oh yeah, the master. Now look who we become. We are now the master of all the rainbow of colors, all of the chakra. Oh my God, so good. And there's that purple. Purple represents the crown chakra. So the purple is the color in the spiritual dimension right now for wisdom, for high knowledge, high wisdom, bringing that down. You saw it in the owl, and now you see it in the material world, that diamond coming down into the black and white world of reality. Now look, I want you to realize that in the world, we are living in what's called a duality system. That means that we have things that are opposing other things, or at least they seem to be. And we know that opposition in the black and white, that old dichotomy of those two lifelong enemies. 0 and a 1, black and a white, good and an evil. This is that type of duality we live in. But know this, that duality is not set up to fight each other. That is an idea that we are casting out. That's why there's no number in here. Normally there is a number in the card, but it's empty and a blank slate because we are taking a wiser idea or a wiser approach to reality, one that is beyond duality, and instead is one power of white light expressing in a variety. See it? In a variety of colors, of colors. And look at all those bands, all those little strands, those lines and trees of colors that are coming down from, right, from the universe through us, in our spirit and our personal self. So look, we have changed. We have become the master. The master of what? The master of all of the beautiful ideas, all of the inspirations, all of the intuitive thoughts and ideas that are coming into our life. And we are going to grow them into the world like this white light beard. We are going to let them just flow out of us, grow out of us. And as we do that, we are really putting a variety into the world. We're not putting a duality into the world. We're not putting good and bad things in the world. We're putting different things in the world. We're not putting this versus that. We're putting red and blue and green and orange and yellow. We're putting a variety. One power of variety in the world, not two powers fighting each other, not opposition. Variety, not opposition. And so you can see now that you've become the master of this. And really the way to go from a being that really doesn't know what it's doing in the world, as we can kind of go back and see here, like, what am I going to do with my life? Where am I going? What should I do with my family? What should I do with my business? I'm unsure. So we move from that to the spiritual face. You get all that starlight inspiration with the owl of wisdom, and then boom, we start to change our physical appearance even. We become this master. And now people are going to start coming up to you. They're going to be looking for information from you. They're going to be looking towards you. You know, if you're doing writing, they're going to be reading what you're writing, right? If you are a psychic clairvoyant reader, you're going to have more clients coming to you, right? If you're a parent, your children are going to look to you and ask you more questions about stuff in the world because now they are seeing you as this master. They can feel that you have accepted the idea that there's just one power, not two. And that means there's no opposition in you. And that means they're not going to see you as an opponent. When you know your identity as a spiritual being, when you know that there's not two powers fighting, but that it's just one white light expressing a variety in the world, you're going to be so attractive, and that's what these really are, magnetic bands, attracting to you. Oh, I want to be where you are. Oh, yay. Look, people are going to come running up to you, my friends, and they are going to want to know more. So keep open to this humble place of the master, meaning that we are calm, we are cool, we are collected, we are goodwill, good-natured. We have our heart in the right place. We're not greedy, right? We really want to just spread light. We really have discovered and recovered our identity into that. So the other thing I'm seeing here, is what? I feel like this father figure thing going on here. So for some of you, this is going to be about kind of looking back into your relationship with your dad, and literally, in personal life, and starting to pull out some of the attributes from your father that you can remember or that seemed important to you, how you were mentored in some ways. Remember, we collect skills and abilities from every person in our life. And so if we just start with our dad, our father, and look back and see what 2 or 3, you don't have to list them all, you don't have to dig them up, just be willing to take a peek at what it is that you got from your dad. For example, perhaps when you were little, your dad was a carpenter, and maybe he showed you how to do a project one day. And during that project, when you were in Girl Scouts or Cub Scouts or something like that, maybe during that project you learned a lot about how to deal with other people, about how to approach life, about how to build things, about how to believe in yourself, about how to be successful and focused on a task. And maybe about how to use some tools, how to use and put things together in new ways, in ways that helped you consider how to succeed. So look back into your past, look into your relationship with your father. This is kind of like something that you would do with your mother as well. This is like a Mother's Day, Father's Day type of thing. This activity will help you to tap into the strengths that the master is inside of your dad. Now, once you start doing that more and more, you're going to start noticing other people's skills and abilities. They're going to start standing out like a variety. So even people that we thought that we used to be maybe a little angry with, or people that we thought weren't listening to us, or people that we thought, were just annoying. Not that there's people that are always that way, but people that we felt this way about, people that we were resentful with, all of that is burnt off. And now we are starting to see just the little starlight speckles we're discovery of the little starlight speckles of wonderful stuff that those people have going on in their lives, of the wonderful, unique variety that they offer to the world. And now we're starting to see that they are all here to help us learn and grow. Learn and grow. Even our children can teach us things. Even a novice at anything can teach us something if we just become that master, that blank slate that is able to appreciate and look through our experiences that are right in front of our eyes and to see what we are collecting. Let's take a look at the third card where this is all heading. Surrender to your attachment to results. Now, obviously, this is going to work for all of these. We're going to surrender the attachment of the results to our relationship with our business. We're not going to worry about if it's going to flourish or blossom or where's all the money or why am I not getting this, that, and the other happening. Now, that's all good stuff, but we don't have to worry about it. We can surrender that. We can trust that the universe is going to align things for us and do for us what we can't do for ourselves. We're not supposed to make people receive the things that we're putting into the world. Instead, we're supposed to become as attractive as we can spiritually, meaning our emotional calmness, our emotional centeredness, our wise ideas that we are sharing freely, our ability to be charitable, to be a good-willed, natured person. That's going to help us surrender the attachment to the results because we're going to feel that flow automatically in the world. That love and light is flowing through us, that meaningful ideas and activities are being performed through us, that we are giving our best into our lives day by day. And that is simply a recipe for well-being where we don't have to hold on to the results. Instead, we can know that if we're putting our best foot forward, right? If we're putting our best foot forward, here it is, here and here, that we are going to get back exactly what we put in. Times 100. This stuff gets multiplied. When it goes out into space, it goes through a transformation, and it comes back much bigger in the world. The other thing we're going to see here is just look, she's looking out on the horizon, out into those clouds, out into this abstract zone. You can trust that all of the rainbow of colors, all the supernovas, this is the galaxies. Look at it, how it looks like a galaxy out there. This is the galaxies that are going to be working in the background for us, in the background for us, the colors, the chakras, the spiritual beings, the things that we don't understand as physical bodies. They're going to be something we discover more of as well. This means we're going to be opening up more to like galactic alien type stuff, more to new ideas that seemed foreign before, that seemed impossible before, a new reality of the star zones of galaxies and interdimensional travel, all sorts of this whole new heaven that's happening that maybe we weren't aware of, that we're becoming more in tune with. We're discovering it more. And look, now we're going to be like that little flower who's discovering outer space in ways that are just unbelievable. Because we have sided with the white light, we've become that master in the world. So this is about surrendering to the attachment to the results that happen in this world. Who cares how much money comes in or doesn't come in? Now, don't get me wrong. I know you want more money to come in, but so what? We don't have to care about that. We're not going to make the money. The money is constantly available when we are siding with this high idea of the light. Remember, the light wants to come into the world in a unique new way. You are the master of a unique new way. All the words you say, all the tones of your voice, all of the things that you do are never done before exactly that way. So the light is going to reward that. It's going to bring into your life what you truly want at your heart's desires. So you don't have to try to even articulate your heart's desires. At a core level, unconsciously, you know what you prefer. And the white light will sweep all of that into the world of your personal life as you are working with it. So keep working with that white light. Keep being that spiritual giant in your little, tiny personal life. Now, what else do we have here? Surrender attachment to results. I feel like this is also for some of you, attachment of results in relationships. Like, don't worry if it's not like panning out so quickly as to how you prefer. Just stay the course and focus on what you can change, which is your own identity as that spiritual being and your own activity in the world as acting on your inspired thoughts and ideas in the moment, and your own calm peace of mind that you can cultivate through different practices like meditation, deep breathing, taking 5-minute breaks here and there, being more moderate, or balancing your activities with more moderation, so you're not just doing one thing for 8 hours of the day and then some of the other parts of your life for only 5 or 10 minutes here and there. You don't want to see any of these things as enemies of each other. All the little parts of your life are really working together in union. And you can see these 3 different parts of your life right here, represented by the 3 bodies. So surrender your attachment to the results of things. This is also going to allow you to just live in the moment where anything is possible, where you're always renewed. There's that red renewal, where you're always discovering and feeling like you're in the flow of the edge of your life, right on the edge of your life, and that it's limitless possibilities coming. And that's what we want to do. We want to set up our mindset, our heart mind, to be able to feel and believe and know without any like real hard thinking about it. We want to just know that everything that we can want already exists and is flowing towards us, even without without any real effort on our part. It says here, the formula for success. Let's see what it says. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. That's funny. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. All right, so it's saying that the best we can do to make things happen really is, again, to side with our spiritual identity, to know that we can stay in a state of constant discovery or childlike wonder and awe, to know that reality is not good versus evil so much as it is just a one power reflecting or bringing into the world a variety of different colors or different activities or different words or different approaches. Knowing that people are also that one white light embodied in the world, and they are also growing their unique expressions. So there's no real right or wrong. Even things you disagree with, surrender the attachment to those results. Instead, when you find people that are giving you things or saying things that are just really not at all what you would vote for, just look through their eyes, understand what they're saying. That's all. Know in those moments that they are just expressing what they need to in order to move forward in their own lives. And so don't worry, even though maybe the two of you are not crossing paths or on the same timeline at that moment, and that's all it means. Remember in the beginning of this reading, we talked about people being on the same timeline, crossing paths. Sometimes the people around us, they are expressing stuff that is just in opposition of us in that moment, but eventually we will cross paths again. And you will be able to build with those people. So we don't want to discredit people or discount them or cut them out of our life completely. Just know that just like planets going around in an orbit, we also are going around in orbits, and when our paths cross again, boom, 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 there we are together in the same place. So surrender your attachment to the results, even to the ideas of other people. Don't have to get attached to the good versus bad of their ideas or their approaches or their words or their emotions even, right? So know that eventually you will come back around, that we all are one family of spiritual beings having 7 billion human experiences, and each one of us really is a master at our own personal lives, and each one of us really is a child that continues to discover and recover our true existence as this beautiful spiritual God, source, universe being that is living in the world and spreading more and more light, or bringing more and more light of new ideas and new actions into the world. So that's the reading here. Look, subscribe to this channel. Seriously, just subscribe to it. I am that I am, right? I am like you. I am someone who's here who wants to better their life and who wants to help others with spiritual principles, practices, and information. You're going to get daily videos on this channel, so subscribe to the channel. Also, leave me a comment below. Let me know what's been important in this reading for you. Let me know what you want to say. Let me know what questions you might have, or even any other things that you want to see happen on this channel. I appreciate you being here. I want you to enjoy your day, and go ahead and rewatch this video and watch the parts that seem to stand out most to you so that you can contemplate them and really receive them. Remember, just by witnessing these types of things and by considering them with your intelligence, with your words and your emotions, by feeling them, you're going to be able to absorb and receive the deeper information and the deeper meaning of it all. So, thank you so much again. Take care. Have a wonderful day.